Good evening, my generals and admirals. Welcome back to Total War Wednesday, and welcome back to the American experience. Well, as conflicts rage over in Europe, we over here in the newly formed United States are just chilling. We're managing to build up our infrastructure and making sure each state is able to operate independently and defend itself, if need be, independently but come together, also, if need be. As I said, we're building up our infrastructure and our military. And starting off with our military, we're building up our land forces and our navy. Our navy is slow to build up, but that is just how it is. But we decided to go to war with the Cherokee. And Tellico, Kentucky territory will be our first target.
Yes, sir.
And we have General Nathaniel Greene here, making his way towards Tellico. And then Chickasaw will be his next target. So with that, we're going to be doing 5 turns tonight since it's the work week and Wednesday. So that will just end our turn here and continue with the American experience for Total War Wednesday. And we have technological advanced seed planting drill. And he's drawn a machine that plants seeds in regimental lines and then covers them with earth. The seed drill replaces the old method of farm hands simply walking the fields and scattering seed by hand onto the ground, instead of wasting seeds or allowing them to be eaten by birds and scavengers. The drill plants them in a controlled manner. Seeds are poured into a hopper, and then a cunning mechanical contrivance assures that each is properly buried at the right depth. Wastage is reduced, the plants have the correct amount of room, and crop yields are increased. The inventor Jethro Tull, 1674 to 1741, was a practical man and a believer in empirical studies to determine the truth. He was of the opinion that plants gain much of their nutrition from the soil, and that it made sense to both improve it and remove weeds with an eye to increasing harvest. His seed drill was only one of his inventions that aided in the agricultural revolution in Britain. This forcibly freed workers from rural economy that drove them to seek work in the new mills of the Industrial Revolution. And next will be advanced irrigation, but we're going to hold off on that. Out of New York, we have an agent recruited, Lionel Cox, and he is a rake. I have a mission for him shortly. But we have a construction report. We have an Opera House out of Boston, Confederation of New England. And an Opera House again out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We have an event. Enter Madame Guillotine. A number of bloody executions, enlisting such arcane and barbarous methods as hanging, breaking on the wheel, drawing and quartering with horses, and burning at the stake have recently caused unrest among the common people. In one case, the crowd attacked the executioner, set the prisoner free, and burned the wheel he was to be broken upon. Dr. Joseph Guillotine has since proposed a move towards a more humane form of execution where the gruesome spectacle is replaced by clean efficiency. As such, he has proposed a system not unlike the Halifax gibbet or the Scottish maiden, where a fixed weight blade falls onto the neck of the victim, decapitating them relatively cleanly. Modifying this system by use of a curved blade, Antine Louis has designed a machine commissioned to deliver a decapitation with such a blow and no misses. Despite early calls for it to be named the Luzuin or Luzuet, the machine has been named Guillotine, somewhat of a charging of its namesake, who wasn't involved in the design itself. A little fun fact for my American viewers, the guillotine is still used today in France for executions for those on death row, or the French version of death row. So, don't FAFO in France, or you just may lose your head. And we'll begin off here with General Nathaniel Greene, and we'll march him here.
March! Anything more?
We'll head to New York. We'll grab Lionel Cox with a little scouting mission up north.
Your instructions?
See what the Iroquois are up to.
No one will know. Going to ground.
Out of Boston? We'll recruit some line infantry. And some grenadiers. Out of Philly, we'll do the same, some line infantry. And some grenadiers. We'll move these raised units. Once we get enough, we'll station them at Fort Drum. We'll come down our research, and for our cavalry, we'll research the Diamond Formation. And after our diamond formation is researched, we'll swing back here and research advanced irrigation. Let's check in on our infrastructure. We're going to cycle through. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright, we'll just end our turn. And the Barbary States send a representative, and they demand that we pay them 2,600 coin in a peace treaty. But they offer a peace treaty. We don't negotiate with pirates, so we're gonna refuse. And we have a construction report here. At Moose Up Trapper Post, Confederation of New England, we have a fur market. And we have a recruitment report. At our Confederation of New England, Boston, we have 2 units of line infantry, followed by a unit of grenadiers. Out of the northwestern Atlantic Ocean, we have 2 6-rate ships. And lastly, out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, we have 2 units of line infantry, along with another unit of grenadiers.
What do you require?
We'll come back up here with Lionel Cox. I think we'll infiltrate this craft area. And we have a 95% chance.
Investigating.
And we have successfully infiltrated this craft area of the Iroquois. Back in Boston, we'll raise another unit of grenadiers and some rangers. Back in Philadelphia as well, grenadiers and some rangers. Back down here in Yorktown, we'll raise a brig. And we'll hold off on the Navy.
sir.
We'll grab General Green. And we'll march here, I think.
Onward! In position!
Now that Nathaniel Green has crossed the Appalachian Mountains, we shall now move to Tellico. And we shall in our turn. And Lionel Cox has successfully completed his mission, still has not been detected. And we have a recruitment report. And the Confederation of New England. We have a unit of Grenadiers and a unit of Rangers. And out of Pennsylvania, we have a unit of Grenadiers as well and Rangers. Fortunately, a public servant has died, and it is our beloved George Washington. We have a construction report. We have a state house in Annapolis, Maryland, and a theater out of Saratoga, New York. We're going to grab our general, Nathaniel Green, and we're going to march on Tellico and place it under siege.
For battle! Siege them!
Both demand their surrender. And they refuse. They will maintain the siege.
They hide behind women's skirts. Ha!
Welcome back up here to Philly. We'll recruit one 6-pounder and one 12-pounder. And out of Boston. I had to change of plan for Drum. We'll grab these units here and send them down to Philly.
Forward! March! ready and waiting for orders.
I'll wait till next turn to send them all at once. I'll raise a unit of horse as well. And we'll end our turn. Yeah, we have a construction report. Hartford, the Federation of New England. We have a water-powered cloth mill. Lionel Cox still hasn't been detected in his mission. We have an event. A new nation arises. Norway. And we have a recruitment report. Out of Pennsylvania, we have a 6-pounder horse artillery, followed by a 12-pounder foot artillery, howitzer, and regiment of horse. And from Philly. We're going to grab the army here and come down to Yorktown.
Immediately!
And we're going to board the ships.
Forward! March!
And we'll sail here.
Any orders?
And we'll end our turn. and the Cherokee are decided to break out, and we shall meet them on the field. Let's begin our deployment. Place our guns there. Digger our infantry in there. Digger infantry there. Have his in reserve on the right. Take our light foot in there on the left. It'll be his regular infantry. General over here. And our cavalry here. The battle begin. Enemies within range, we'll open up our artillery. victory. Let's continue the battle. Let's wipe them out. A victory indeed. And a heroic victory indeed.
None shall defeat us. Lifting siege!
And we have ability technology researched, unlocked. The diamond formation. And new technology being researched next will be the new model bayonet drill, but we'll be doing agriculture instead. And Lionel Cox, I'm sorry. And we have a region captured. Kentucky territory. A trade gain for General Nathaniel Greene. Mentioned in the dispatch. +1 to morale in battles. Unfortunately, we've had another public servant die. Samuel Adams. And we've had a event, the Big Bottom Incident. Big Bottom, a new settlement on the Muscatine River in Ohio, has come under attack from a native war party, resulting in a brutal death of 11 men, 1 woman, and 2 children, as well as the capture of 3 others. A handful of survivors were forced to flee for their lives. Despite the existence of a treaty between the tribes and settlers, areas in Ohio are still disputed. This has not stopped the Ohio Company of Associates from proceeding with the program of settlement there, however. Although the financial strain has led to underinvestment, the regrettable situation may go some way towards explaining why the settlers keep such a poor watch over Big Bottom. Why they had even completed the construction of the blockhouse. The tragedy could have been much worse if not for the actions of Colonel William Stacy of Marietta, who scattered 30 miles up the icy river to bring word of the impending attack to his 2 sons, one only whom was to survive the massacre. And with our final turn for the night. Like I said, we're going to be doing agriculture. And I think we'll do selective breeding. And with our capture of Kentucky territory, we can't unfortunately repair the horse breeder at the moment because we're low on funds. But we'll take the army. -1 unit. And now we'll move on to Chickasaw territory.
We shall use surprise.
And here, we'll demand their surrender, like we did in Tellico. And they have refused. And will maintain the siege.
Settlement under siege.
And we'll exempt the region from tax for the moment. We can move our missionary. Up north.
Resting.
And lastly, we'll grab our fleet here with our army and sail for Europe. Actually, we'll sail for the Azores.
Still shipshape.
And as our fleet and army cross the Atlantic. You're probably wondering, sir, where are you heading? Well, getting personally sick and tired of the Barbaries. So, our first destination is Algiers. Once we take Algiers, we'll move on to Tunis. And from Tunis, Tripoli. And that should get rid of the Barbary states. And we'll have a quote-unquote colony in North Africa. Well, my dear generals and admirals, that concludes it for Total War Wednesdays, the American experience. Join me later today for some new Harry Potter experience for I'm sorry, tongue-tied. Join me for a new upload of Hogwarts Legacy. I found some new mods and I had to restart. So join me for that here later on tonight. And join me tomorrow for some Mafia. But join me next Wednesday as we continue with the Lion of the North with the Swedish experience. And then the following Wednesday, back here again with the American experience. Well, I'll see you guys on next Wednesday. You guys take care. And Happy New Year.